Hey there, Wargamers, Justin the Painter here, and we are now live. Now, for the handful of you guys who tuned in, I know today is not normally a day that we stream Psycho. Thank you for that like on Facebook. Today's not normally a day that we stream, but for anyone who's been following, recently we've been trying to adjust our schedule and try out some new things, and get a fit that's going to work well with my fiance's schedule so that I can still see her. Because she's started a new job, and I want to be able to hang out with her and whatnot. So her schedule is different, and it impacts when I will be streaming. Because there's certain days where if I stream and I work, I can't see her. So I have shifted one of my work days. Juan Carlos Gustavo Hernandez. Thank you for the follow. The like over on Facebook. Appreciate that. So anyway, I wouldn't be able to see her. So I've adjusted my work schedule and trying to get stream schedule adjusted. So I decided I was going to stream today, and it will be unlikely that we're on this Sunday because family stuff. So I'll see what I could do to pick up an extra stream next week. I know that'll be 2 weeks or so where streams have been a little bit rocky, but we're going to try and get everything back on track. Let's see what we can do. What's up, Frankie Fresh? Let's see what we can do to get everything back on track, or at least to a more consistent schedule. But we have rolled into October. I said October. October. I can enunciate. So we're in October now, which is awesome. Another month, and hopefully you guys got plenty of stuff done in September and have plenty of hobby things to do in October. I know the new Space Marine stuff is starting to roll out, new pre-orders, new codexes, things of that nature, so there'll be plenty of cool things coming around the bend. That said, up on the docket today, we're going to be trying to get some more forward progress in on our Imperial fists that we are working on for wheels. So if you guys want to check out what I've been working on, we're going to go ahead and switch cameras. Well, I'll have to turn the camera on, but we're going to switch over. Alright, camera, properties, activate, go. There we go. There we go. Got some Imperial fists in the box. They're all a little jumbled up. I took them to work with me the other night because Wednesday I worked by myself. So I took these took them with me to work so that I could do some edge highlights on. So let's see. Let's move the box over the Necron. Well, you can't see the Necrons, but the Necron's over there from my desk. So let's move this, and then I'll grab some stuff. Alright, so I got some edge highlights done on these guys. I think they'll look even better once they're matte varnished. They're not as shiny as they were, but I'm gonna ultra matte them down so they'll be kind of this consistency. I think that'll be looking pretty fancy, as Frankie Fresh might say, pretty fresh. But yeah, I think it looks really nice. I had some areas where the super glue fogged up on me, and that's agitating. I tried to fix that on the guys where I could. Not all of them were as receptive. Got a photo for me. Let's see. Yeah, this one cleaned up well. I had a little bit of haze, so I'll come back over on this one. And I'll try and fix that. You can see it down in there. It's not super bad, but I used a little bit of paint thinner medium and put it over that, and it seemed to have helped quite a bit. So probably put a little bit on that guy there. But yeah, so here's one of the little sortie bros. Let's see what we got in the Discord. Per my request. JJ Trucking, I am indeed. I am indeed. Hang on one sec, guys. So we got a photo from Mr. Frankie Fresh here. Got his Smash Capitan. Got a little blood on his Thunder Hammer. Got a little Freehand X here for the Death Company. And he's got a Dead Tyrannid. Dead Tyrannid. Yep, the guy that I'm painting these for, JJ, also likes Black Templars too. He's talked about having me paint some at some point, but it's never happened. But yeah, man, Frankie Fresh, this guy looks dope. I think the basing was pretty cool, and it'll fit well with your army, because you've got the Tyrannid you've been working on too. So I think that is pretty cool and pretty thematic. Pretty thematic, since the Blood Angels have. I'm pretty sure you guys have fought Tyrannids. I know because I guess it was like you were fighting Necrons, and then like you were fighting, then you kind of turned and went this way because there was Tyrannids. So you stopped fighting mutual enemy thing. I think that happened. So yeah, very cool. How did the oh, got an itch on my foot. I'm sorry. How did the in Carmine Blade turn out? Did you actually get some work on that? Okay, like you're not happy, or okay, like you finished it and, you know, it's not bad. Okay. Well, I'm glad you tried something new, or at least if it wasn't new, you tried something I was recommending. It's always a bit of a risk there. I always worry too that I'll say something and people will try and be like, "It didn't work. Fuck you, Justin. You're stupid." I always worry about that too. Alright. So, speaking of Dorn's black armored sons, this is the Sons of Dorn. I do have some black armor here I'm working on. They're not Black Templars, but I do have some black armor. I think these guys are turning out pretty well. I spent a little bit more time on these than the other guys I just showed, because these are the characters. So it's been a little bit more time worked on. Pretty happy with the highlights so far. We'll probably spend a little bit of time today on this guy, getting the second stage highlight on him. This guy's good to go on the black and the gray. This guy still needs to have his, I think it's his backpack. This still needs it. I was also doing little light scratch marks on this one, which I think adds a little extra to him. It looks pretty cool. Yeah. Old Black Templars. I know. But yeah, I really like how that turned out. My one critique is complaint issue, in regards to the using the black paint from Pro Acryl, is it dries so damn matte. It is very, very matte. So I've taken to going over these with an ink, a blue-black ink, and it really brings them together. It's such a matte finish that it looks gray when you use their black. But when you put this over it, it knocks that down and looks a lot better. So I don't know if these will get the same matte varnish as this guy. I don't know. I might test a little bit. Actually, we could probably do that today. Test a little bit on part of his like this little bolt gun here, bolt pistol dealio, and see how it looks, and that'll kind of give me an idea if I want to do it on him or not. I just don't want him to look way out of place. And then yeah, so we've got a bunch of that to do today, a bunch of highlights and so forth to do, and that is what we are going to be working on. Hopefully, we'll get some good forward progress. And hopefully we'll get some of our regulars popping in. Frankie's here, but because it's an off day, there's a lot of people that aren't used to me streaming on a Friday. Damn it! Just shoot that stuff all over the desk. All right, so you go up here now, bud. Don't need you. Alright. So first off, let's get some of that what was that? Thinner medium. And we're just gonna come to the back of this guy's head here. And we're gonna hit where that super glue hazed up. I tried simply like wiping it off. It didn't quite work out too well, so use a little bit of that stuff. Get down in there, try and take that haze away. Worked them on the other helmet, so hopefully it'll work here. Alright. Now let's grab our lighter gray here. Get it all mixed up. Okay, I think I was putting a little bit of glaze in there. Hang on a second, my foot is really itching. Give me a second here. What is going on, foot? Why are you itching so much? When you gotta stop to take your shoe off because your foot's itching. You guys ever have that happen? You just got an itchy foot? Oh, scratch it. Okay. Well. See how long it lasts before my foot starts itching again. Alright. Alright. I think you can hang out over here for now. Alright, so backpack. That is where I think we were. Mr. Frankie Fresh, getting a little lurk mode in. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate you keeping a view here for us. And if you're still able to hear, when you're out of lurk mode, if you have time, how are you doing? Like, not just like, oh, hey, I'm fine, but like, physically, you doing good? I know, I always forget to ask. I know recently you had the bad stuff happen and had to get a little sanguine blood in you. So always worth checking in when my brain decides to remember to ask. I do try. There we go. I'm trying to be very careful with this so we get a nice thin transition up there. I don't want to overdo it. I'll say it and then slightly overdo it, but we're going to try and feather that edge out. Okay. We got this corner down here. Working around the halo is difficult too, because trying not to stab myself and also not break the little points of the halo off. Be a little difficult. Hey, Daniel Saunders, thank you for the like over on Facebook. I appreciate that, man. pretty happy with how that's looking. Hey, what's up, Java? How you doing today, man? I forgot I also needed to do his chest plate. And that was up until I think 3:30 on Thursday morning working on these guys, and I guess I forgot exactly where I left off on this one's armor. I understand that for sure, man. There for a couple weeks, I was doing pretty good myself, getting out, going to the tree park and air quotes trying to work out, which basically was like me just walking some laps, and then I got my schedule out of whack with the Labor Day sale and the Necropolis release, and I've been messed up ever since. I was getting up at like 10:30. Now I'm struggling to be up in time for stream. It's right. Flipped my schedule around, that's for sure. Yeah, getting out and get a little sunlight, not a bad thing. You see that that Wonder Woman posted by Jason Slowfuse? His non-metallic gold on that thing was bananas. My other foot's itching. What we got going on, feet? Now I feel like I'm just losing my mind. Yeah, I've been keeping up with the social media updates on it. In particular, I was pretty interested or excited about how, let's say excited, that too, but like it was pretty interesting seeing the pre-shading of green and how that turned out on that model. When I first saw the like pre-shading, I thought that he was painting a She-Hulk, and then I saw the post and I was like, yeah, pretty neat. I was sending Wheels updates on these models as I was working on them, and the other night I sent them, and then a few hours later I sent some updates, and he goes, "Did you just spend 3 hours painting a foot or a leg or whatever it was?" And I was like, I worked on 2 models, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. And I was like, this is why your commissions take so long for me to do. I was like, I'd rather it be slow and look cool than fast and not. And so long as these guys look better than the infantry, which is the point, I'm happy. Like, I struggle when a highlight's not quite perfect on a basic troop, but it's like, it is a basic troop. You want it to look good, but also don't stress out over it. You know, their longevity on the table is not what a character's longevity is, so you know, make the one that's going to be on the table longer and command that that presence on the table. Spend the time on them. You know, the basic grunt, as long as they look good, you're good enough. And I say that, and then I spend a lot of time anyway, but I try to rein it in. Alright, so pretty happy with that. Let's get in here and add some like little scratch marks and such. I think they add a little something to them. Oh, right, this shoulder as well. Sorry, I forgot. Get this corner right here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I don't want to go overboard. Some subtle little scratch marks here and there. Let's do a little something over here before we call that. And then I can flip it and we can actually kind of come down the side a little bit. Yeah, like that. It's very subtle, but these are really cool. What's up, Dagoon? How you doing, man? Still painting sisters. At least you're making forward progress. That's good. I want to get a little bit more on the engines or his exhausts. Yeah, I'm really liking how it's turning out. Let's see. Yep, and that thinner medium helped quite a bit with the haze from the super glue, so that worked out well. Nice. Hang on one second, guys. DRD message. All right. Nice. I'm just trying to get through edge highlighting. I'm gonna get on over to some of the yellow bros today. I got the gray done. I was almost done with the gray on the black already, but at 3:30 a.m. Thursday morning when I quit, I just couldn't stomach finishing the guy at the time. I was tired. Actually, did I get your hands? I think I might have missed a couple. While we got the paint wet, like I might have missed a couple knuckles here. But yeah, at 3:30 in the morning, I was drained, and it was time to go to bed. There we go. Alright, so let's get some of our paint mixed up here. I'm trying to remember if my mix was 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, so we'll have to play with this for a second. Alright, so I've got a guy talking to me on Facebook who needs a coupon set up so he can get some terrain for his event. So I'm trying to do a little bit back and forth with him. And I think these are indeed 1-to-1. This looks about the same. So I think I got it right. Oh, I'm sorry. This sucks. It is a little bit more of a quiet stream. I normally don't stream on Fridays. So, you know, trying something new. Our stream schedule's been up and down lately, as is. You know, trying to find a schedule that's going to work well for myself and Amanda and work and all that. And I fear that it's damaging to our community here. People are moving on, but you know, life is life, and I can't do much about it. You know. I want to take a quick, not a step-away break, but a quick, set the model down again. They got back to me. I just looked down and saw the name. I was waiting on the name of their event so I can get them a coupon code set up. We'll try and finish where we're at here, and I'll get that set up for them, and then we'll get back to it. Okay. All right, hang on, guys. Let me make this coupon code real quick. Hey, Knox, how you doing, man? Okay. Okay, got all that right, and boom. No, I had a guy from message us through Death Ray Designs and was trying to get some support for his tournament he's running in December, and I needed to make a coupon code for him so he could get an order out. So that's taken care of. There we go. He's running a, I guess, a Toys for Tots tournament, and it's a lot of tables to stock with terrain. But how are you doing, man? How was your week gone? Roger that. Hang on one second again. talking a little bit with Austin as well. I have to keep reminding myself that, like, on the basic troops, the highlights should look good, but they do not have to be the creme de la creme of highlights. Just make the guy look good and move on. Don't spend 8 million years, and then I find myself losing track and then doing crazy shit or spending crazy amounts of time. I did watch Jack of Clubs once work on a model, and I think it was him, that said if he can't hit the edge highlight on a miniature, at least for tabletop, with the side of his brush, he doesn't do it. At least I'm pretty sure he said that in the video. And I was like, that makes sense. You know, so you're getting the sharp ones, and then you're, moving on, and it'll look good enough for the table, and you're not spending crazy time. But then I have a hard time sticking to that. I feel like I don't know. It's a mental block, I suppose. It's very hard for me to do that. But it does make sense to me. The concept of it makes sense. Okay. I feel like I might have my paint here just a smidge thin. There we go. Cool. Right. Also his belt. Let's hit the belt buckle here. Hey, what's up, Snoofy? The new HC. What do you mean HC? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I buzzed it all off. Yeah. I try to do the whole Mohawk foos shit basically for the last 2 years, I've been trying to do a warhawk, as Daft called it. The guy, I think it's Roach. It's Roach or Soap, whatever. One of the guys from Modern Warfare, and he's got like the mohawk, and it's up and it goes back, and it looks really nice. And he's like, you should try that haircut. I went to like a professional salon twice to get it done, and they botched it. It doesn't seem like it'd be that hard to do. Buzz the sides, strip at the top that's like 1 inch long, and tapers. That's it. I don't want like a crazy mohawk, just like a thin thing. And then I tried doing it myself a few times and did okay. And then last night I was trying to do it, and my hair was so thick, the shears were having a hard time, and it was starting to pull hair. And then I couldn't get the thing lined up, and I was kind of in a good position, and I was like, I'm angry and agitated, and it's not going right, and I just buzzed the shit off. Yep. So, yep, got no hair now. Yep. Yep. Which is, in the past, is what I normally have had. I've always buzzed my hair. Hang on, let me 1 second. No, we'll get to that.
We are the Emperor's chosen.
Alright, let's see here. So, for Bias, hey man, what's up? Thank you for the sub, I appreciate that. Yeah, I need to get on Streamlabs and update them. He's got to get. Alright, so yeah, Snoofy, let me grab something real quick. I'll show you kind of part of what I was, hair and the whole thing I was doing. So I feel like I don't even know what's allowed to be said anymore these days, if I'm honest. I'll say this because it seems to make sense. Kind of feel a little bit like a girl with this. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but stereotypically accessorizing and stuff like that. So the reason I was asked about a haircut almost 2 years ago was I was trying to be different. I wanted to look different, feel cool. And I've always done this because this is easy. I go in there, I buzz it, I clean up, trim this, and before I would have, I would shorten this down. Hang on one second. So we trim it up, and I would do that. So I've kind of let this come out a little bit because I think it looks cool and nice. But the point was for me to be a little bit more different on stream. So I got the recommendation for the hair, tried it out, got some hair gel styling. If you look at my Instagram, I think it was like around February, March last year, you'll see me with like crazy fucking spiked horn. That's why people start calling me baby, or they start singing Baby Shark in the stream and make fun of me. But one of the things that I went on a crusade trying to do as well is because you guys see my hands a lot. You see my hands a lot on stream. And you look at them, so I try and keep my nails clean. Sometimes they're they get a little length to them and I don't realize it, but try and keep all that clean. Hang on one second. So because you guys see my hands, I was trying to find something else to look cool too. So I went on this crusade of like bracelet things that would look cool, things that I could wear and look interesting on stream. Today I'm not wearing one because I just didn't feel like it. But I started trying to find like these manly, interesting things to wear. My mom got this one for me, which is pretty neat. I don't wear it that often because it's a little shiny. I like the matte beads. But it looks interesting. So I started buying these little gizmos. I like this one. This one looks really neat. And this is turned into like a look at my jewelry stream. And none of these are particularly expensive. Actually, this one was, but whatever. I don't know how much that one was. Yeah, but I think that looks neat. And it's interesting, but that's the thing. I also kind of feel cool. But, you guys see my hands a lot, so make sure they're clean and was looking at stuff, in addition to the haircut. And then this is from Dorsal, as are these. Got a little, this one's a little turtle, little sea turtle. Wrap it around here. And it's pretty basic. It's just paracord with like a little dangly charm thing. Gives a little fin over. And then you rotate it over. And that's pretty neat. Pretty neat, right? For every bracelet you buy from Dorsal, they clean up or helps fund cleaning up a pound of trash from the ocean or the beach. This one was for like supporting like turtles, which I love turtles. Turtles are really cool, and sea turtles are adorable. Last year when we went on vacation, we went to a aquarium in South Carolina. And did I turn my music down? I did. Okay, we went to an aquarium in South Carolina and saw some sea turtles that were being rescued and doctored up because they got hurt or had fishing line on them or nets, things like that. So that was pretty neat. And then we had the little shark. I like this because it was like a silver gray little shark. And then Little hammerhead. I like this one because it's like that FDE green. Oh no, it's coming apart. No, we don't want that. You come back. You come back. Yeah. Nope. Nope. Tighten that up. Yeah. You are staying. There we go. Yeah. So anyway, and then recently I picked these up. These are from a company called Rastaclat. And now we're not painting, we're talking about bracelets, but it goes with the same reason why I did the hair thing. These were cheap. The guy like came here when he was a kid from I think 80 or something, young guy. He was 5 when he came over with his mom, and I listened to his like little about me story for making bracelets and what he went through, and I was like, that's really neat. So I wanted to buy one. And he's got this like push right now where the little quote is seek the positive, and it's really neat. So I thought they were cool. They look kind of cool. It's just like a little braided shoelace type thing, but it looks interesting, right? And then I got this one. I got all these bracelets and I don't even wear them all the time. I got this one from him. It was actually cheaper, but the toggles are metal, which I really like. And this one was bracelet was called Level 7, and it was inspired by a black belt. And it was supposed to encourage you to stay motivated and confident and positive, and strive for your goals and things like that. And it was really cool, and the little toggles look pretty neat. But it's just a little black bracelet made out of shoelace, basically. So that kind of went along with my hair and why I was doing the things that I do. Because I wanted to seem a little bit more interesting on stream. I don't think I'm a particularly interesting person. This one's cool because it has like a little screw thing. It's pretty neat. I was always worried that thing was going to come loose and fall out. I also should have got one size smaller. It's a little big, so it dangles. I wanted it to be a little taut, but whatever. So yeah, all those things happen. All right. What's up, Draco? How you doing? And now that I'm off my look at my bracelet kick, Mr. 4 Bias. How are you doing today, man? I know this is not one of my normal stream days, but you did make it. You did make it. But how are you doing? I know that health-wise, you've been going through a lot lately, and sometimes I forget. I forget until after the fact to ask how you're doing. It's not because I don't care. It's just because my mind's going a mile a minute, and processing takes a bit. I only got so much RAM up here. My CPU only moves at a certain speed, and it's often the speed is slow. So I'm remembering now on stream, and I'm not sending you a message, at 2 a.m. or something crazy, and I'm checking on you. How are you? And Draco, I'm doing good, man. Trying to stay positive, stay motivated. You know me. You know the stuff that I talk about and I go through, anxiety, all that shit. So trying hard to stay focused and keep going. Things are a little bit more stressful right now because I'm in a flux in terms of change. We're trying to adjust the stream schedule and make it and my work schedule fit with my fiance's new work schedule, and trying to get all that stuff to fit and work is stressful, and it also has impacted the stream schedule. I'm not sure exactly what days we're going to lock into, and it's caused some delays and missed streams and stuff like that. So these last few weeks have been a little stressful on that front, but like other than that, I'm not doing too bad. We had a nice uptick in AMP coupons used at DRD from a business perspective. That was really nice to see those, because there for a little while we had a dry spell. For like a month, I think we had almost no coupons used. And now we have, and we had several in one day, which was really nice to see. I was hoping to end the year with more coupons used than the first half of the year, but I don't think that is going to be the case. But we definitely did try. Definitely did try. What else? I'm looking into maybe doing a cosplay helmet, just to try something new. I think that'd be fun. Looking into doing that. And yeah. So not doing too bad. Mr. Bob, thank you for the like on Facebook. 4By says you added more shit to the pan a couple days ago. What do you mean by that? Like, that might be a colloquialism that I'm not as familiar with. Like, maybe that's like adding more to your pile of shit, more to what's going on in your life, more to the pan isn't like adding to something. Like, I mean, kind of sort of get the phrase, but like, I want to make sure I'm interpreting it with the severity or lack thereof you may want. Though I think it's pretty severe if you're the way it sounds, because that doesn't sound good. So yeah, but I do hope that things get better for you, man. Everything was looking up. A few months back, you had the community rally behind you. You got your dialysis from home stuff that you were working on, and then you had I was going to say slight speed bump, but it's more like a big old fucking broken bridge that you're now having to, climb over, fly over, swim over, crawl, whatever you got to do to get by, which is unfortunate, but you are still here. You are still alive and ticking and talking to us, and that's a good thing, man. I know sometimes life sucks, but, for the most part, every day above ground's a good day. And this, sir, is another day above ground, hanging out with us, and maybe you'll have some time to get some hobby time in. But if you're tired, or you're weak, or you're in pain or whatever, you can't get any hobby time in, you got people to hang out with, and you still got the community, still got those memories you forged that I talk about. Set my face on fire. Wow. A, yeah, I hope that heals up, and B, yeah, that's rough, man. Yeah, that's not good. Because you did just mention that you were on oxygen right now. And oxygen and sparks is not good. Also, but let's try and get family members or friends, if you can, to help out with electrical stuff, my dude. Oxygen plus flames and sparks is no bueno. I hope that you heal and you make it through, obviously. But let's put down a little bit of that independent streak when it comes to that, and solicit, I don't know, ask for a little bit of help if you can, because that's not good. That didn't even click. It didn't click, like you said, working on electronics, and spark and oxygen. I'm like, oh, okay, well, spark disappeared, and then you got the oxygen. I'm like, oh, oxygen plus spark equals bad. Duh. That's brutal, man. Also, I apologize if I seem a little hyper about the conversation. I don't mean to be. I haven't had a huge amount to eat today, and I've pounded some caffeine, so you know me. I get a little amped up. No pun intended there. But as always, I do care about people. What's weird is, I'm assuming this happened within the last week or so. The other day, I promise this is going to tie in. I had this is weird. It's like, oh, I had a bad traumatic injury, Justin. Now I'm going to tell you a dumbass story. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you'll smile. Maybe you won't. Maybe it'll just take your mind off things. But I had a crazy dream the other day where I was driving along on my Jeep, and I look up, and there is a fucking tsunami. Giant, tidal wave. And we're talking I don't know, tall as a skyscraper type thing. It was massive. It's just normal. Well, health-wise, what's going on with you might be normal, but bad luck shouldn't be, and I feel for you, man. But I had that dream. Giant tidal wave. It was huge, and it was cresting, so it was getting ready to come down, and I was like, no! And I start trying to drive the other way, and I'm gunning it in my Jeep, which is slow, and then the wave hits, and I'm like, no! And it hits, and then the Jeep starts doing this, and it's raising up, and the water fills up, and it's like up to here, and I'm trying to breathe, and in my dream, I felt the coldness of the water, and I was panicking, and I was like trying to come to terms with the fact that here in a second, this water level is going to peak, and I'm going to die. And those last moments, what do? And I didn't know what to do, what to say, what God to even think to pray to at that point. Anything, nothing came to mind. The only thing that came to mind is I'm about to die and it's fucking cold. And then the Jeep gets lodged above this like hole, like a cavern. And so the water starts pouring down there, and it you know, I'm like this, trying to breathe, and it doesn't peak above my head because it's going down this cavern. Unfortunately, this cavern is like, it's like, I don't know, a tectonic plate or something stupid. For whatever reason, there's buildings of people down there, and they're all dying, and I'm like stuck, rammed in between this, right? So then the next day, I wake up, like a surfboard and pray for the best. I wake up, and then right before I go to work, I'm like, man, it is dark outside. And then it was a monsoon, basically. It rained so bad that day. On my way to work, I'm normally a pretty careful driver. I was very careful because it was raining that bad. And I just had that dream about the monsoon, and I was like, I don't believe in crazy shit, but sometimes you never know. I was like, maybe I need to drive careful, because maybe that dream was like foreshadowing something dumb that happens today, where I hydroplane on one of these one-lane bridges I cross on the way to work, and I flip the fucking Jeep, and I drown in a creek because the Jeep lands upside down with my head in the water, in 1 foot of water, or 3 feet, or whatever the hell it is. And I'm like, let's just not have this happen today. Right? So that happened. And of course I make it to work safe. But then I had a dream about, well, not a dream, but like a weird thought at some point of somebody burning their face. And then I was like, you know, people judge people when bad shit happens. You know, like, I think it's Kyle Carpenter. I think, if I got his name right, it's a Medal of Honor recipient. I almost said winner. Recipient. I think he had dove on a grenade or whatever, got real messed up. He's a Marine. And I remember seeing the photos of him. He was so, like, mangled. He looks really good today, all things considered. And he looks really happy. I follow him on Facebook. You know, but people judge people. And they may not know your story. And I had literally just had this, like, thought of, like, you know, if that happens to somebody, like, you still be their friend. You still love them. You still care about them. Like, because it doesn't matter what this looks like. You know, if it only matters what their face looks like, then you're kind of shitty. Because then you don't care about what's here. When you close your eyes and you're still having a conversation with somebody, what they're saying, who they are, still matters. Right? So, I had that thought. I think it was yesterday. And then we get on stream today. And then you're telling me that you burnt your face. Yep. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird. All right. So that was a long-winded, not sure if it was helpful, explanation of what went through my brain this week. And I tell you, if you're patriotic at all, there is a series on Netflix. I believe it's called Medal of Honor. There were a few episodes where I was kind of like, all right. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of it, but there were some episodes where, like, someone got the Medal of Honor and they did some awesome shit, and, like, all right, cool. But then you get ones where it's like, there were some where someone got, like, a Medal of Honor and they did something that was by themselves and super heroic, and I get that. And, like, the willpower and mental fortitude, like, all that comes into play. I get it. But what always gets me is the, like, the brotherly camaraderie, sacrificing for the guy next to you, that kind of thing. There are some episodes of Medal of Honor that have some stories of guys who kind of sacrifice themselves for others, and they'll get you. There'll be a little dust in your eyes during some of those episodes, and make you wonder, you know. But I really enjoyed watching it. I think there was only really one episode that I was like, all right, you know, that's a pretty cut and dry, normal, what you would expect. But I watched one. I think one of the ones that got me the most. And I mean, it seems weird to be even talking about it, because I don't want anyone to be like, he was saying that, you know, this guy got the Medal of Honor and it wasn't that awesome. I mean, it was. It's just the emotion there when you are literally potentially looking at the person right before you sacrifice yourself for them. Like, that's crazy, right? But the was it something Cod or Keating? I think it was. Not Cape Cod, but the Fob Keating or something like that. I think it was Afghanistan. And they're like at the bottom of like a fucking 3 mountains or some shit, and they were getting attacked by a whole bunch of it was the Taliban, I think. And that story and the stuff those guys went through is bananas. And there was a guy in there who, I guess he didn't have a lot of friends. People didn't like him that much. He didn't like a lot of people. But the things he did to try and save others, because it didn't matter if he liked you or not. What matters that, you know, you were his brother, basically. And I was like, oh my God, this is pretty emotional. You know, like, you don't have to like someone or be someone's friend to care about them. And that guy was going ham, and it was just, it's pretty emotional shit. I don't know how we got there, how we got to talking about the Medal of Honor thing. But yeah, I like watching stuff like that. Especially in this case, because some of those stories, that one in particular, I think it was Keating. I think I got the name right. If I don't, there might be a vet here who knows which one I'm talking about. But they had like guys who were still alive who could talk about their story, and you know, a huge percentage of the Medal of Honor recipients are, you know, it's posthumously. You know, so being able to hear people talk about it, and honestly, the emotion, the like kind of PTSD of the whole situation where they're doing this crazy selfless act, and then like the aftermath, the survivor's guilt, like there's so much that goes into that, like in this case the ones who lived and the other ones who didn't, despite the things they were trying to do to save people. Like it's pretty emotional stuff. Again, not sure exactly what we got on that topic, but sometimes when you guys get on the AMP Express, sometimes we roundabout way make it where we make it. It's what we do. It's what we do. Just like I spend forever highlighting one mini, who's a basic troop. Snoofy, I saw your Instagram post with your Air Force wall there. Well, mostly Air Force. You had the oh God, I forget where it was. I think it was it the Marines that did it? It was one of the Pacific Islands, I think, where they were raising the flag. Was it Nagasaki? Because we nuked Hiroshima. And was it Iwo Jima? Or maybe the flag was in Iwo Jima, it was Nagasaki. I can't remember. My knowledge isn't that good. But I saw that in your little picture. I seen it. You couldn't hide it from me. I guess you could zoom in a little bit, huh? Ooh, paint on my cable. Anyone else here pick up EA's Squadrons game? Can't quite hit that angle here. Getting me some trouble. Are you being sarcastic? That's like, I'm legitimately asking, because like, what's up, man? It just came out, just released today, at 12 a.m. this morning. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I was asking if anyone had here picked up EA Squadron. I guess I should say EA's Star Wars Squadron, or Squadrons. This is the CG cinematic trailer. Wheels and I already played. We played this morning. Yep. But I am awful at it. And that is an understatement. I am horrendous. It is very much like a flight sim, and it is very hard to play for me, in particular with a mouse. I don't think I would fare any better with a joystick, because I've never been good with those either. But it is not a very easy game at all. And that is honestly what the review said that I watched before deciding I wanted to buy the game. But it's, yeah, it was, they were right. There's a learning curve, and it's rough. What's up, Clan Wolf? I mean, maybe, I don't know. It is very difficult. And I generally, for bias, would be against an EA game. But this one is a $40 game, and the developers were adamant that it, not be a microtransaction, so there's no microtransactions. Maybe they'll do an expansion, I don't know. But everything in the game you can earn with in-game currency, and there's no money spent on any of the currency. So you can't bypass the currency stuff and just buy it. You have to play to earn it. And you know, in general, it's mostly cosmetic shit that doesn't really matter. But even EA in the release, they said they focused on the fact that everything in the game you can get just by playing the game. And it is a $40 game that just came out. So it's a very different approach for EA and for them to allow the developer to do what they did. There is a story campaign to it. I doubt it's going to be very long. I think the focus of it is obviously for online gameplay, but the fact that it's $40 and no microtransactions was, gave me the thumbs up in the right directions to give things a try. And what's up, Clan Wolf? How you doing, man? And Mr. Nick, Wheels tells me that you guys have had some really close 40K games recently. That's good to hear. Glad you guys are having fun. One of the other nice things about the game, I will give it. I don't know how much I'll play of it. I'm gonna try and get to the campaign, and I'll give the online play a couple of shakes before I call it. I want to make sure that I give it the benefit of the doubt. And I'm not a particularly good sim pilot, so that's part of the problem for me. But one of the benefits that they do have for it is cross-platform. So I bought it on Origins, Wheels bought it on Steam, and we were playing together across those two, and then we were playing with people that were playing on PlayStation. So that is a thing. And Mr. Clanwell, for you tuning in before work or after work today, or did you have the day off? I mean, that's fair. That's fair. At this point, you ought to own that place. You've been there so long and you work so much. Aren't you technically like a shift manager or something? Yeah, so in management. You feeling any better? Not like sickly wise, but are you just, is your spirits a little higher today? Well, that's no bueno, man. For Bias, take it easy, man. I hope you feel better. I will not be online Sunday night. I got family stuff to do with Amanda. So I will try and pick up some streams next week to compensate. I was talking about at the beginning of the stream before people showed up. There wasn't a lot of people here when I was rambling. I'm going to try and get our stream schedules back on track with something consistent. I know the last 2 weeks have been a little sporadic. I'm definitely going to try and get us back to something normal. I just got to get the schedule that's going to work best with Amanda and my work. And it always sucks missing a Sunday stream. It's my generally, I was going to say generally, it's not even always. Traditionally, it has been my big stream of the week, but the last few months, some streams have been hit or miss, so I can't really say that anymore. But we are going to try and get things back on track when I can. So I will likely try and pick up some streams next week. I was looking at doing like Tuesday, Friday, Sunday, or Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, and because I'm missing Sunday, we might pick up an extra stream next week. But I will keep you guys posted and talk to you throughout the process. So hopefully you still get notifications when I go live. So that nobody misses what's going on. But as always, I care about you guys and I hope you're doing well, whether I can catch you on stream or not. I will. Hopefully the pain kills kick in quickly and you start to heal up fast, man. Need to get a quick highlight here. This will thin a paint. This helps with dry tip, but you use a lot less of this. I think it even says on here what to do. So, and delay the drying of paint on the needle, we recommend you adding 1 to 2 drops flow improver to 10 drops of paint. So not a lot. That's also not perfect either. It helps, but it's not perfect. It's something you'll have to deal with, unfortunately. Hey, what's up, Daff? How you doing, man? How's life? How's work? How's the lady? How's the little daff? How are you? Well, that's good. That's good. Was it to the people that tried to stiff you or screw you over, or did you find a different buyer? Good, 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 good. So don't have to deal with stupidity. Ready to roll. That's awesome, man. I know that was something that was stressing you out, and it's good that it's taken care of. Now you just got to find you a place. Really? What happened with this one? Wow. Cash would be nice too. I'm assuming they came through. He did say the house sold, so I'm assuming they came through, but... So you went with the backup guy who had cash. Oh, man. That's funny. Was it an older guy? I just imagine like an older guy who's been hiding money in his mattress. Decides he wants to buy another house. I mean, that's still a lot. I mean, I can't fault him for that. Tell you what, I would have tried to leverage that. I would have been like, if I was him, I'd have been like, hey, you want a permanent discount for life? Couple grand off? You're always welcome in my establishment. Half off forever. Nah, bud, we're moving hours away. It's never gonna happen. Worth a try. Worth a try. I mean, whatever. My first commission for Brush for Hire, when it was Brush for Hire for Austin, was for Austin's accountant. Yeah. I'm not sure if the guy gave Austin a deal because he's his accountant, in exchange for a cheaper rate on commissions or something. But yeah, sure was. I mean, hell, I would, for stuff, if I had the time. If somebody was like, hey, I'm a firearms instructor, which is something I'm really interested in, we'll get you a really good rate on, these training courses or something. If you, work with me on painting some minis, I'd be like, all right, let's talk shop. Do a little tradey poo here. I mean, cash is king, though. I get that, but anytime I can do a little wheeling and dealing, I do. Not as much as I used to. I don't have time to paint extra stuff, but I used to try more often. I had a local guy once, never came through with it, but he offered to trade me a rifle to teach him to paint, and I was like, if you're serious, that's a real good deal to me. But that never panned out. Now I don't paint much these days as I used to. I've had people try and because I'm in like trade groups and stuff on Facebook. and I've responded to them for like buys and sales, trades, things like that. And then they, of course, they try and vet me, so they go look at me on Facebook and see my page, and then they find out I paint minis, and then they're like, hey, how about instead of buying this mini, you just paint minis for me for it? And I'm just like, no. My time is very valuable, and that $50 mini I want, $50 worth of painting is not going to get you what you want. Like, you'd have to pay me to get the better quality. Yeah, but they've tried. That's happened on multiple occasions. I wanted to get this limited edition Infinity model from a guy, and he was adamant about having me paint a mini. And I'm like, nah. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad it worked out, man. I know that's something you've been stressing out over for a while. That's one less thing for you to have to worry about. So when you guys move to North Carolina? This is a 00 Bidronka, and you don't have to edge highlight with this. I got a larger brush here too. That's just what I had in my hand. I think this is a size 1. Yeah, size 1 here. So you can use this too. And this one is from Monument Hobbies. This is a bomb wick. And using the side of your brush for edge highlights is advisable when possible. Nice highlight. And if you're interested in paints or brushes like I'm using, it's mine. I have a key that went out. At least the light on it did. Can't you pry those off? Well, one's out. Come on, key. Huh. Yeah. I got an LED out. Key still works though. The LED's out. Interesting. I didn't realize that was out. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Pretty happy with how that's turned out. One of the downsides to the way that I paint with the thumb thing is I'm get paint on like my other thumb a lot. Not a big deal, but sometimes it gets onto the model and I don't realize it. I don't think that's happened today, but sometimes it does happen. Not like how that was looking. It's a little bit high. I do like the yellow. I think it's looking pretty cool. He's a little difficult because he's standing on one leg and he's not glued down. Let's miss that. Okay. phone's going crazy.